You just change your whole life. You don't really have your own thing anymore. I tried so hard to keep her on my schedule, and like my life is not going to change because of a baby. I just felt like I was the only one going through it and no one else understood. It might be coming from a not so harsh place, but just hearing those words, it's like, you don't even know what I've been going through. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. If you are wondering why I'm on the floor right now, it is because I'm going to be doing a little get ready with me as I answer questions and just talk about my 4th trimester all together. So I thought it'd be fun to just like get ready with me and then chat a little bit. So I actually don't have a mirror upstairs, so I brought the one from downstairs to my guest room, and we're just going to be using it like this. So if I'm going to be looking over that way, it's because that's where the mirror is. We got our coffee this morning. I added some dulce de leche for the sweetener, and it's so yummy. So basically I'm going to be showing you guys my when I have to either go out or just feel very not cute that day makeup routine. I usually don't wear makeup every single day, maybe like once a week, once every 2 weeks sometimes. It all depends, but when I do, it is very neutral, very minimum, just to kind of enhance what I already have, but it just makes me look a little bit more awake. Today I decided to show you guys my little routine that I have. Start off with my clip, take all my hair back. And if you hear noises in the background, it's because my daughter's right here and she's playing with her toys. Okay, so I already washed my face. Now I need to apply some day cream. I usually use my Dime, but I ran out of it, so Mary Kay is my second option. It's what I used to use. We'll probably have to order some more Dime. It's a really nice day cream, and it has SPF in it already. All right, before I get started, I just want to say a huge thank you to Merit for sponsoring today's video. Merit is a new luxury and clean beauty brand, and it was inspired by minimalism. It is paraben-free, cruelty-free, vegan, artificial fragrance-free. I love that the products are just so high quality, the packaging, and it's just so aesthetically pleasing. And let me tell you about this bag that it came in. So this was my makeup bag since 5th grade probably. I mean, look at that. Who has these kind of makeup bags anymore? And I've never changed it out. I don't know. I never thought of it. And then I was like, man, it's time for a new makeup bag. And I was actually wanting to look for one, and then Merit reached out to me and I was like, wow, that's awesome. But I didn't know it was going to come with a bag. And then I got this. I was like, this is perfect for my makeup bag, so I don't even have to go buy a new one. It is such nice quality. I love the color. Yeah, it's just so beautiful. So if you guys want to, I have an affiliate link down below, and you guys can click on that and check out their amazing products that they have. Let's get into our makeup routine. I start off with a tiny bit of CC cream. That's only when I have like pimples or just like discolor in my face. But like I said, I don't use this all the time. And this shade is a little bit too dark because I got it all the way in the summer and I never really got another one. So I just use like a tiny bit of this just to get my face, I don't know, color coded. Just try to put this all over my face. Gotta put this all the way on my chin, make sure everything's blended. So before we get into any questions, I'm gonna start with my personal experience of the 4th trimester, kind of the things that I went through, things that I didn't expect. So as I got home from the hospital, everything was just such a blur. Just gave birth, and now you're going home with this human and no instructions. Yeah, like you have some motherly instincts, but you also have that like fear in the back of your head, like, well, what do I do with this child now? I have to keep this child alive. Wow. So now I'm gonna go in with my highlighter, and this one's called the Kava Lightning Balm. If you guys are interested, this is a really nice, pretty, shiny color, and it's like neutral as well. I just put this right here. kind of just brighten up my cheeks, a little bit right here, and a little bit on my nose. Just like that. But anyways, yeah, I got home and I feel like those first 4 weeks, honestly, were just like, what am I doing? Am I even meant to be a mom? It was really hard, especially because I don't know about other kids, but my baby was a crier for sure. And I didn't know what was wrong with her. I'm a new mom and she's just crying all the time. And I'm like, is it her stomach? Is it something I ate like through my breast milk? Is she sensitive to something? Does she have a diaper rash? Does she have a cold? Is she sick? Like, there's just so many things that come with a baby and you don't know because you're not experienced. And thankfully I had my mom and my sister come for my sister came for the first week, my mom came for the second week, and that was a huge help. So if you guys have somebody that can help you, please ask them, because I don't know if I'd be able to be in my house just alone, because my husband had to go to work the next week. And I don't know, it's not even the fact that there's just a new baby, it's everything mental that is going on inside your head. And I don't know, some people are different. I'm the kind where in hard situations like that, I like to have the support, and I feel like without that support I would have just been mentally not there. It was nice whenever I was able to sleep in the mornings. Sometimes I would just bring her down and my mom or sister would just take care of her, and I could at least sleep like 2 more hours. So that was crucial. The very first few weeks are so crucial for your mental health, and like whatever help you can get, take it. Next, I'm going to be using this brush to just brush out and shape my eyebrows. I usually never really did anything with my eyebrows, but Merritt had this amazing eyebrow filler. It's not like one of those pencils, it's more of like a mascara for your eyebrows, but it's not as dark, and I've been loving it so far. I have this little clear spot, which is part of my eyebrow, but you can't really see it, and I never knew why I had that. I don't know if everybody has that, but when I use this, I kind of color it in, and then it makes it look even. I never really did that, and it was kind of just an empty spot, and it looked very funny. And so now I just kind of go in and color it in, and it just makes my eyebrows look a little bit more full, put together. And then I go in and kind of my little blemishes, and I just blend it all together. See, it still looks natural, but just that tiny bit, and it makes a huge difference. And I go in with my Dime Eyelash Boost Serum. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but I've been using this for like 4 months already. Actually, no, since like October. Basically, this helps your eyelashes grow, but you can also use it on your eyebrows, just any part of your face where you want hair to grow. I've seen Milena Ciciotti use this also on her eyelashes to kind of keep them intact after you do your eyebrows. Did I say eyelashes or eyebrows? I don't even remember. So I use this kind of as the glue to hold them down. So it's like a 2-in-1. It holds it down, but then it also helps your eyebrows grow. And I love it. And yeah, I love this. This bottle has been lasting me since October, and there's still some in it, so highly recommend. My eyelashes have grown ×3, I feel like. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I can tell. Every time I curl my eyelashes, I used to not be able to have them touch like up here, but now they're so long. So moving on, I just feel like those first 4 weeks were very dark to me. I don't know what it was about them. Some people have like really positive births, experiences, postpartum, everything is happy. When I ask some moms, that's how they describe it. Like the first couple of weeks are just so like dull. It kind of, for me, felt like the world around me was so dark, and I just like couldn't find happiness. I was so anxious, I guess, as a new mom. Like, am I doing everything right? Is my daughter okay? I don't know if it's because I'm an overthinker. It was rough because I'm also such a planner, and then when you have a baby, you can't really plan. Like, I tried so hard to keep her on my schedule, and like my life is not going to change because of a baby. Like, she will do what I do, and like I guess kind of work around my schedule. I wasn't willing to give up my schedule, and I know that's really selfish of me, but that was just my mindset. I was like, no, I'm still gonna get up, still gonna get ready, still gonna like do everything, and she'll just be here and there like as I'm getting myself ready. And then I realized very quickly that that's not how it works. You wake up when the baby wakes up, you change the baby will sometimes have a blowout right in the morning, and you don't want to wake up and you're tired, but you have to change the baby. Some mornings you won't even get ready until like 12 p.m. And that was really hard for me to adjust to, because I had to give up all of my schedule and like, I'm gonna do this, this, and this today, and be like, okay, however she's feeling today, that's what we're gonna do. But slowly, I started letting go of what I wanted and my expectations, because nobody really talks about that. Maybe just change your whole life. You don't really have your own thing anymore. You kind of have to start adjusting to the new life with a baby. And there's no instructions that come with it. You just have to see what your baby likes and how your baby functions and what time your baby wants to wake up, and just so many things that nobody really prepares you for. And so that was really hard to manage for me. But slowly you just start getting your own routine. But then also their routine changes. Like, she was doing so good in the beginning, sleeping like till 6 a.m. from 11, and I was like, wow, this is an angel baby. And then all of a sudden she started sleeping so bad and then good again, and now she's like back to waking up 5 times a night. So you'll never really have a schedule. Before I gave birth, I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep my baby on a schedule. I'm gonna make sure she eats at this time, so I can plan everything around those times and know when she's sleeping, when she's eating. But it just doesn't work that way. And at first, I was just so anxious every time I would go out in public, because I'm like, okay, what if she has a meltdown and I don't know why she's crying, and she like wakes up and she's hungry, and I didn't know how to go about that, and I would just be so anxious. Like, every time that she would cry in public, I'd feel like people are staring at me, and like they think, who is this new mom, and she doesn't even know what she's doing. So I'd really care about other people's opinions and what they thought of me. And now I realize, who cares if she cries? She's a baby, of course she's gonna cry, and I'm sure people know that too. So I've kind of started to let go of like the opinions of others, because it's your baby. Who cares what other people think? They're probably never gonna see your baby ever again. So yeah, that's kind of my mentality and how the 4th trimester went for me. Let's actually move on to my eyelashes. So first I curl them. I've had this eyelash curler forever, and I love how it works. So I didn't share the color that I use for my eyelashes. It's black brown, because they have a couple different colors. I didn't want to get fully black because my eyelashes are like half and half. For the mascara, I have perfect black, and I love this one. It is not clumpy at all, and it just like applies the perfect color, and I don't do too much. I basically blink into my mascara. I don't actually go in and like apply a huge amount, just enough to get that color and that wave. I feel like when I apply too much mascara, it just starts looking clumpy. And then for my bottom, I do a tiny bit, because I feel like when I do too much, it just starts running everywhere, and I just get raccoon eyes. And now I'll just answer a couple of questions that I had. I don't know if I missed anything on my part. Basically, the main point was it's a huge adjustment that not a lot of people really talk about. And like, breastfeeding struggles are huge also. I thought like right away, breastfeeding, like it just comes naturally. You know what you're doing. Your milk comes in the second you give birth. Like, I think somebody asked what was a social media expectation that people make it seem like it's easy, but it's not. That would be breastfeeding for sure, 100%. I feel like everybody goes into it thinking, yeah, I'm gonna breastfeed and it's all gonna go easy and I'm gonna have a lot of milk supply, my baby's gonna latch. Yeah, I was very, very naive going into that because that didn't happen for me. She wasn't latching at the hospital, so I had to start giving her formula. And then when my milk did come in, she still wasn't latching, and I was trying to do every position. There's like the cradle hold, where it's like this, the normal one. There's a football hold where you hold her head like this, and then their feet are back here, and this is like how you're breastfeeding. And like, she wasn't latching. I'm like, what is going on? I thought this was gonna be easier. So yeah, that's the biggest thing I feel like breastfeeding that I had a huge struggle with. So I breastfed for 3 months, and then she just stopped latching, but still that 3 months I was on the struggle bus the whole time. Like sometimes she would latch, sometimes she wouldn't. And then my milk supply started getting lower and lower, and so I had to breastfeed. And then after I was done breastfeeding, I knew that she only got half the portion since I didn't have as much milk. So then I gave her a bottle for the other half, and I was like, this is exhausting. I might as well just get her to bottle. And then all of a sudden she just stopped wanting to breastfeed by herself. I would like put her to feed and she would just like pull away and start hysterically crying, and I was like, I'm not dealing with this. This is not worth breastfeeding. Like my mental state was just like going down, 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 because everybody's always like pouring into you, breastfeed, that's the best way, you have to breastfeed, like this, and this. But when you are not getting it and your baby is not happy, you're not happy, but all you're thinking is, but I have to breastfeed my baby because everybody said you have to. No, you don't. If it's ruining your mental state and you're not 100% happy, don't beat yourself up about it, because that was what I was doing. So now I'm going to finish off with this lipstick. This is very neutral. It's one of the more neutral colors that I found, and it's in the shade Beverly Hills. And I love that it's just very nice and not too rosy, not too dark. And I just kind of dab it, and then it just looks like my natural lip color. And it also looks like I have blush on, but it always looks like that for some reason. I'm always naturally blushing. So yeah, this is my makeup routine. Now I'm probably gonna go in and straighten my hair just a little bit, get myself ready for the day. And I'll probably answer one more question. I feel like I've just rambled and rambled. Another question was, what's the biggest thing that I didn't expect during the 4th trimester? And I guess I would say just the loneliness. I feel like, I don't know if it's just for me, even though I did have people around me, I felt so lonely. I felt so, not like physically alone, but mentally. I felt like it's almost as if when she would be crying and going through, why am I crying? I just felt like I was the only one going through it and no one else understood. And I also had some people that gave birth close to me, like actually quite a lot of people, friends, family, and I would just always compare my baby to theirs, like their baby's sleeping through the night, or their baby is breastfeeding better and mine isn't. And a lot of times it would get to me and I would feel like I'm the only one that's going through this, and my baby's the only one crying 24/7 and everybody's baby is good. And I know that that was really bad for me, and that the enemy was really trying to get to me that way. Always putting in my mind that my baby is bad, and that my baby is always gonna cry. And that was just really mentally, physically draining on my body. Always looking at other moms and comparing myself and thinking that I'm not good enough of a mom, or because I maybe stressed too much when I was pregnant, that's why my baby's crying, or I'm eating this, that's why my baby's crying. Like literally, I was about to just cut out all foods that anybody ever said can affect your baby. I tried everything. I cut out like tomatoes, broccoli, things that make your baby gassy, and then I was like, maybe it's dairy, I don't know. And I don't know, maybe I just had a really crying, dramatic baby, because I'm a little dramatic, but that was honestly the biggest thing, just feeling like I'm alone and nobody's here to like help me, and I realized that I just need to ask questions, ask advice, and people are always there to help. And I would talk to some people like, I'm really struggling breastfeeding, but I know that everybody's saying to breastfeed and that's the best thing. And some people would say like, girl, do what is best for you, do what's best for your baby. Who cares what other people think? You know what's best for your baby. You know how she's gonna be the happiest. And also the fact that you're struggling all the time. Just do what's best for your baby. Do what you feel is best, not what people think. And just hearing things like that, it would just really encourage me and be like, you know what, I am the mom. I do get to choose. I do see every single aspect of my child and how she's happy when she's not happy and what she's struggling with, and I get to choose. Who cares what a lot of moms think? I feel like in general in the Slavic culture, it's a huge pressure of breastfeeding, and it's just like in your face, you know, breastfeeding, why aren't you breastfeeding? I remember I specifically went to like a party and I was feeding my daughter formula, because this was right when she started having her little she would want to breastfeed and then randomly she would not want to breastfeed. And so I went to this party and she woke up from her nap and I saw that she was getting hangry, so I went to the bathroom to try to see if she would latch, and she wouldn't latch. And I obviously knew that that could happen, so I brought a bottle just in case and formula. And so I made her some formula and started feeding her with a bottle, and I saw like from the corner of the room somebody walking up to me, and they sat down beside me, and the very first thing they said wasn't like, oh, how's your baby doing? It's like, oh, you don't breastfeed? Like, imagine a mom that has been struggling for 3 months straight trying to breastfeed, and the first thing that you say to her is, oh, you don't breastfeed? It might be coming from a not so harsh place, but just hearing those words, it's like, you don't even know what I've been going through. You don't know my struggle and everything that I've been feeling, and like trying so hard to breastfeed my daughter and not having enough milk and not having her latch. Like, it's so hard. Why did I even do my makeup when I'm just crying now? But it's nice to get this out finally. I feel like I keep it in all the time and then I just burst at once. But just a piece of advice: don't ever ask a mom why she's breastfeeding, why she's bottle feeding. Just don't. You don't know her story. You don't know if she lost milk or has enough. You don't know if she has some condition or something that she can't feed. You just never know anything. So honestly, even if it comes from a good place, just don't ask, because that mom could be going through something just like I was, and people probably just assume, oh, she's selfish, she doesn't want to breastfeed and she doesn't want to ruin her body, or she's lazy, she would rather just put formula in a bottle. Like, if I could, I promise I would breastfeed. If I had enough milk, if she latched properly, if I didn't have to fight her every single time that she would eat, I would totally breastfeed. And I pray that for my next kids, like God willing, I have some more, that I can breastfeed them, and that everything in the journey will be smooth and they will latch. I will have enough milk, because breastfeeding, it is easier when you got it. It is so much easier. You don't have to pump, you don't have to go through washing bottles, you don't have to pump and then feed. It's just like feed and that's it. So yeah, that was my story, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I didn't mean to cry. I really was like, okay, I'm doing good, and then all of a sudden that got to me, because that was a very sensitive topic that isn't always talked about, and people just struggle with that on the inside, and especially in our Slavic culture, I feel like a lot of times it's just broadcasted onto you that you have to breastfeed. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed getting ready with me and my makeup routine. If you guys want to check out Merit, I will have the link down below, and I promise you guys you'll love their products. They're very nice, clean, and easy to use. And I'll see you guys in my next video.